All right, people, what the hell is going? Damn, my head chopped off. Let me see. All right, what what the hell is going on, folks? I am sitting in here warming up this truck that I don't drive. I had to charge the battery and all that shit, so I had to get in and start it up because it ain't been running in a while, so I'm letting it run for a minute. But I hadn't made a dating update video in quite some time. It's good reason for that too. But I hadn't made one because ain't shit been going on. Simple as that. Ain't shit been going on. I just been in the house and I've been going to dialysis. That's it. I have not, you know what I'm saying? I haven't even come close to being anywhere involved with any conversation with anybody. Now I still hop online. I think right now I'm still swiping on Facebook. I'm still swiping on I was finna say Black Planet. Oh my goodness. BLK, Tinder for whatever reason, Bumble, and Plenty of Fish. And just hop on there, bloop, bloop, just a couple. Not the marathon shit I used to do way back in the fucking day. Unless I get, the only time I use my maximum amount of swipes is if I get a notification that says that I got a like. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, you got a like. And they'd be like, look to see who it is or some shit like that. Because they do that. They'd be like, look to see who it is. And then they show you some fucking mangled, blurry, pixelized ass picture. And if you smart, if you clever enough, you can look at that picture and be like, okay. You go through your swipes and kind of match up the colors in the picture. It works better than you think, trust me. You be like, okay. Unless the person that liked you is not inside of your your preferences or whatnot, then you're not gonna see them. Or like on Bumble, sometime on Bumble, they be like, somebody liked you, blah blah blah. Look to see it, see who it is. And you'll hop on Bumble and be like, okay. And it'll be the first one up there. Like literally, this happened several times. It'll be the first one up there. The first, every time they do that, the first profile they stick in front of me, I'll swipe right on. And boom, it's a match. I'm like, okay. No, on Bumble, they don't turn into shit. Matter of fact, I got a thing on Bumble. Actually, I got a couple of things on Bumble within the last week, I think. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think somebody said hi. No, wait a minute. Somebody said something. They never said anything back. Like I said, I still swipe. Like I said, I swipe on all the things, but I don't send messages. I'm not for to subject myself to that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? After I done watched a few YouTube videos on people that done researched this shit and spent time doing studies and hopping on there and swiping and doing all kind of shit to see how many swipes it take for you to get however many responses. No, hell no, I'm not doing that. Not no more. I'm not, cause I'm like, well, shit, that sound about right. You 1,000 swipes, you might get 50 replies. Just think about that. You 50 matches out of 1,000 swipes or some shit like that. That's not a good ratio. It's not a good ratio. And that's just matches. That ain't talking about actual conversations. Out of those 50, there's nothing that come out of that. So and then somebody sent me a message. Day before yesterday or some shit on Bumble, and she was like, what does, because I got S, I got the slash on it. I got the O. I put the old school thing at the top. SBMNE, single black male Northeast. if you've been dating in this environment, you know what I'm saying, and you about my age, you'd have seen that. That was like before all this shit we got now. That's way back in the day when you was either on a chat line or, yeah, if you was on a chat line, like Yahoo, like way back in the day or some shit like that, you would have seen that on there. Or if somebody age, sex, race, and all that type of shit, you know, people ask you that. So she asked me, what does that mean? I'm like, she 40 years old. I'm like, you 40 years old, you don't know what the fuck that means. I mean, you kind of new to the game. And then she asked me that, and then proceed to ask me, like, she typed like 3 questions. No, actually, I don't even think they were questions. They were statements saying stuff that was in my profile. So you this, and you this, and you that. I mean, what's the point of telling me what's in my goddamn profile? You know what I'm saying? You asked me what that shit at the time. That's all I asked. That's all I answered. She asked me what that shit was at the top, and I told her. The rest of that shit I ain't have no reply to. The fuck you telling me what's on my goddamn profile for? So you this, and you this, and you that. And I think she said, interesting. So fucking interesting about it. You ain't got shit to say. You just mentioned it. You think I'm finna elaborate on it? I don't need to elaborate on it. Shit, it says what it says. That's the kind of dumb shit you get when women message you first. Bumble is like that. Actually, all of goddamn apps are like that when women message you first. It rarely goes well. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them try to be funny. They try to do that. Just stop. Just stop. Because you're not coming off however you think you are. It's kind of like how most men are when they come to women. They come up there with whatever the fuck they saying, and you look like a fucking dumbass. You think you cool. You think you all suave and shit. You really like a dumbass, and she really think you stupid. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. I had a conversation going on Tinder for a while. Not with somebody that I was terribly interested in. Actually not interested at all. It was some fat white chick. Not to offend anybody. That's what it was. So, and she was talking for a little bit, but I guess she got tired of talking. I guess they be expecting for me to try to move the shit forward. Bitch, you message me. You know what I'm saying? You want to take the shit offline. You message me. Ain't my job to do what the fuck you want. You know? So, yeah, you got that. And then, there's been a couple things on BLK where it's just like, okay, broad just says hi. You message me hi, you get a hi back. If all you can type is 2 goddamn letters, I'll give you 2 letters back. I'm not, whatever. Apparently that wasn't good enough. I hadn't heard from them. Got some matches on there though, but a lot of times you're not gonna get a first message from a female. That's just how they go. And when you do, that's generally what you get. You get a hello, hi. You say hello or hi back, and then they don't say shit else to you. And then yesterday, I did get a message on BLK, and apparently they had said hello, and I was probably offline or something. They were like, "Can I have your number?" And I was like, "No." No, I said, I don't give my number out without chatting first. You know what I'm saying? I don't give my number out or without chatting with people. You know, ain't that I feel like I'm this big catch or no shit like that. You know, when I stopped doing that, all that weird ass shit that come to your phone stopped. You know, I used to get those I don't get those random ass calls from those Indians and weird ass folks calling you trying about insurance and stuff like. I don't get that no more. I don't get that shit anymore. I stopped giving out my number. Ain't it miraculous? I stopped giving out my number, and I don't get those shits no more. When I was out here dating, you know, in the little dating world, you meet people, you give them your number, and you know, whatever, it just next thing you know, you got all kind of weird ass phone calls coming to you and shit. Yeah, I don't get that anymore. Stop giving out my number. You know what I'm saying? I stopped giving out my number. And stop filling out online forms and shit like that too. That shit fuck you up too. Yeah, so I don't get that anymore. Left that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? I will chat with you first to figure out how much of a real person you are. And then you swap numbers or some shit after that. Because I go look at the profile and I go look at it. And I'm like, okay, all these pictures are fairly attractive. Now, it was red flags. First of all, the name on the goddamn profile was Paul Akmo. Some African last name, Paul Akmo. First of all, that name is a red flag. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Name is a goddamn red flag. The name Paul, it ain't one of those unisex goddamn names. Yeah, it ain't fucking Terry or some shit like that where it could go either goddamn way. No, Paul, really? You know, like I said, the pictures were pretty, you know, if you'd have seen those pictures, you'd be like, okay, whatever, because the pictures ain't outright, they're not raunchy and no shit like that. And the age said 65. And it's like, okay, well, the chick in that picture damn sure ain't 65 years old. Black don't crack, but black don't do that. At least not for many people. I've seen some weird shit, but no. And then there ain't no other information inside the goddamn profile. No bio, no height, weight, no none of that shit. Ain't none of that shit filled out in the profile. No, I'm not giving you my fucking number. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say that. I'm not for to give you my number. Empty ass profile. Nope. And now if it was an empty ass profile and some ugly ass chick, then you'd be like, okay, it might be legit. No, but no, hell no. I'm not falling for that shit. It's either a scam or it's a dude. Because the last little thing I got on Plenty of Fish, so some chick sent me a message on Plenty of Fish. I go look at the profile, like some Hispanic chick, 40-something years old. Profile look decent. Pictures look decent. You know what I'm saying? Pictures were taken like outside in a yard. You get pictures inside in the house. Like regular people shit. Not no shit out in some goddamn scenery out somewhere. No shit like that. And I'm like, okay. Nice. I said, yeah, I can deal with that. See what she talking about. And she sent me her snap shit. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. You ain't asked my phone number. I snap. And then, of course, we get on Snapchat. And every other snap is a picture. So, and not no naked pictures and no shit like that. It's a picture. And I'm just like, let me go back to this profile. I go look at that. I go look at the profile, and I go look at the pictures you're sending me. Now, the pictures in the profile look like a 40-something, maybe a 30 or 40-something year old Hispanic woman. Slender, but you know what I'm saying, but you know, 30, 40 years old. I'm looking at the pictures that you send me are obviously somebody in their 20s. And you don't even look, I mean, it was of maybe Hispanic race, but it's obviously not the goddamn pictures and ain't the person on the profile. So I'm like, I got out of that shit. I don't remember exactly what the fuck I said, but I'm just like, I'm like, you can't, I'm like, these pictures don't even, I do remember saying, I was like, these pictures don't even match what's on your profile. What are you doing? Like, for real, I'm like, what are you doing? These pictures don't even match what's on your profile. So I ended up getting out. I just deleted that shit. You know what I'm saying? Removed the friend and all that. Because that's what you get. That's what I've been getting. I just swiping and swiping and swiping. And everything that I've gotten has been bullshit. It's been bullshit. And the reason why I don't send messages on these dating apps, because you at some point you just well, I ain't really in a position to be moving around a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? If you run across somebody and they want to chat or some shit like that, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's fine. But some of these folks, they move around. I'm a sedentary person, you know, at this point. I don't move around a lot. I don't have the ability to just be hopping here and there and doing all this other shit. Right now ain't the time for that. It might not ever be the time for that. But, you know, that ain't me. So I don't send messages, especially to people that I think that's going to be like that. Now, if you message me, that's different. But I don't send messages because, you know what I'm saying, I ain't trying to put myself in a position where I'm going to be where people think I'm trying to demand time from them from, you know, whatever the fuck. But, and then my conversation don't really match pursuing. You know, my conversation pattern don't match pursuing folks. It just don't. It I'm a listener. You know what I'm saying? Like, generally, I'm a listener. And I'm a rambler. Rambling is what I do on YouTube. It's not what you do when you sitting down talking to somebody. I can sit here and talk on this goddamn phone all goddamn day about whatever the fuck. That's not how you talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people talk to me that way, and I just sit there and go, okay. That's what I do. I'm a listener. I do have my listening limits, but I am a listener. I am not a talker. Blue. Because a lot of times you talking to women, you start talking, and they not even fucking listening, or they just start talking over you about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. So there's that. And then once you start sending a bunch of messages, you get more of the bullshit that I was telling you about previously with all those other little shits that I mentioned. You get more of that. You get more of that. And on top of that, you get people that reply to you that don't really feel like talking for whatever reason. They just replying. And they have no interest. You know. And I know you have to weed your way through a bunch of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Till you find somebody that you might be compatible with. It's all a fucking scratch off. It's all a scratch off. You don't know what the fuck you gonna get. Every little move you make on those dating apps is like scratching off. Every once in a while, you get your dollar back. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, you get your dollar back. You know? Sometimes you get $5. Every once in a while, you get 20. Somebody out there somewhere get the whole goddamn jackpot, but it probably ain't you. You know what I'm saying? You get your dollar back, that means they didn't probably reply to you. You talk to them in the inbox. You get $5 back. You might got a phone number. $20. You might then went on a date. You know what I'm saying? A meet and greet or whatever the fuck. Anything past that, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And that's been it. I hadn't been moved to try to do anything more than that right now. I hadn't. You can say I'm jaded or anything like that, and it's probably true, but I've put in the time to be able to say, yeah, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm doing this shit, I'm still swiping and shit, because it don't take nothing out of me, because I'm not paying for any of these goddamn sites. Everything I do is fucking free. And can't win it if you ain't in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here out and about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my social time is here at the fucking house. I'm at home, I'm at dialysis. I'm at home, I'm at dialysis. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like literally that's it. And It ain't no other social activity other than talking to the goddamn cats here at the goddamn house. I don't even be talking to people online on Xbox Live. I ain't sitting at home on the game with my headphones on and this month, you got in a party or some shit like that. Hell no. If I do that, I'm there by myself. That's it. You get used to it. I mean, that's probably not something you want to get used to, but if that's gonna be how it's gonna be, you get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, somebody will come by. Man, this chick showed up today. The only chicks I see is the motherfuckers that come by the house. If it ain't a motherfucker that's here to pick me up to go on a ride, take me, whatever ride service I'm using, or a goddamn delivery person, I don't see no goddamn women. Except for at dialysis. There ain't nothing but women in there. But they all in lab coats and masks and shit. So that's all you get to see is people's fucking eyes and forehead. I know some in there. I know some of them in there look good, but that ain't the place for that. You can't be sitting up in there, fucking needles all up in your arm, laid up, trying to be Mac Daddy. Fuck that shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that from you. They ain't trying to hear from you. So there's that. It's just nothing going on dating wise. You would think that at least I get to the point where I'm chatting in the inbox with folks, but no, it don't even get that far. It ain't no swapping phone numbers and all this other shit. Anything in the inbox literally lasts like 1 or 2 messages. Oh shit. Oh damn. No. Alright. There we go. A couple of messages and that's it. A couple of messages and then boom, bam, done. For whatever reason. It ain't like you falling out. Like you done been in the inbox and y'all done just came across some kind of misunderstanding or some kind of argument, because that didn't happen too. Where y'all done disagreed on some shit in the goddamn inbox and then that kind of just kills it. But not even that. It's just like, okay, motherfuckers just, they don't reply back. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Now, a lot of that I could throw up to be like, okay, maybe they just replied to the message and they didn't read my profile. Because I don't really have a dating app friendly profile. My profile is candid as fuck. So, and it's about me. So that's not good right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you that right now. I made an honest profile about me. So when you read that motherfucker, you're gonna be like, why the fuck did you put this shit on here? Because that's me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna hop on here like all the profiles that I see. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. It ain't nothing but the most glorious adjectives you ever seen in your goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Everybody's profile is like that. I'm like, apparently all that shit ain't true because you 40-something years old, single as fuck. Apparently there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that don't agree with that shit you just typed. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna tell me you went through all this time in life and had your relationships and you ain't been the problem none. None. There's a few people that I can believe that to be the case. Most people, hell the fuck no. No. I done had my share of relationships and I've been the problem plenty of times. They might not have known I've been the problem, but I've been the problem the whole lot. But I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't just been, I ain't been the problem where motherfuckers be like, I gotta get you, fuck you. I know me. But, a lot of times, most of my relationships, I'm the one that broke it off. After a long while of taking shit that I didn't want to take. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And those people, well, all those people are probably married and they got other kids now and all kind of shit. But they probably describe themselves with all the great adjectives that I just said that people do. And I look at those adjectives and be like, yeah, those adjectives are for certain people. They don't apply. They don't apply for everybody. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. For that motherfucker over there. For you, I ain't none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. That's how it is. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. I'm just like, heifer, please. Fuck out of here. And my shit be like, yeah, I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm this, and I'm that. And right from the get-go, you be like, ugh. Well, you know what? All the good shit, I'm not finna fucking tell you. You gotta earn that. I'm not finna tell you this, that, and the other. Because I might not feel that you worthy of that part of me. You know what I'm saying? I might not feel you worthy of that part of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm loyal, generous. I don't even know all the goddamn adjectives that a man would use. You know, women use certain shit. If I use some of their adjectives, I just sound gay as fuck. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know what men be putting in their shit, but I'm just like, yeah, not for to put all that shit down there. It might be true, but it ain't true for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't true for everybody. I might do this, I might do that, I might do this, I might do that. But this I won't do for you, and that I won't do for you. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Because everybody don't deserve everything. You know what I'm saying? They have to earn it. You can't get the shit right up front. Motherfuckers want to be treated a certain way right from the get-go. I can't say I'm like that. But I know the way that people put shit out nowadays is they want to be treated like this, and they want this and they want that. And I'm like, that's shit that you get after you done put in some time. A lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Damn near getting engaged kind of time. Not no, I just met you a month ago time. You know, just no, you ain't getting none of that. You know what I'm saying? I would treat you like a normal human goddamn being. You know what I'm saying? Until we actually build something, but I ain't trying to be, nigga, no. You ain't royalty to me. And I shouldn't be royalty to you. If I meet you and I'm royalty to you already, something is goddamn wrong. I'm getting away from your ass. Now I'm gonna end up chained to the goddamn bed. You know what I'm saying? Some psycho don't want me to ever leave the fucking house or some shit. No, hell no. No. Not doing it. Not doing it. We're not finna have none of this shit. So that's been it, man. I would say unproductive, but I haven't been putting enough effort into the shit to say it's been unproductive. It's not. Now when I start sending messages out and shit like that, then I can be like, okay, this shit ain't working. You know what I'm saying? When it get to the point where I gotta start back blanketing the whole goddamn internet with messages every goddamn day for the foreseeable future, then then I can be like, well, this shit is just bunk garbage. It ain't working, or whatever the fuck. Because even if you using the free version of all these goddamn apps, you know what I'm saying? You should be getting something. Even if you're on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? You know, Facebook is just free the way it is. And I think it operates the way that all the other ones that you would have to pay for operate. And I think on Facebook, if you send a bunch of messages out on Facebook, I think you'll get some replies back on there. It just historically while I've never met anybody off of Facebook, I've got more interactions with people on Facebook than I've did with any of them. Because my meeting people days are years back. I'll tell you that right now. Me actually meeting people, that, man, you got to go back past 5 years for that. You got to go all the way back to late 30s. I'm finna fucking be 50 this year. You know what I'm saying? My actually hopping on these same apps and meeting people was back in my late 30s. So all this time up until now, it's just been dry ass bullshit. I'm not lying. I am not. I'm not telling you not telling you no shit just to try to be funny either. It's just that's the way it's been. There was a turn somewhere up in there to where the shit just stopped being productive. Well, it used to be, well, okay, I'm gonna hop on this app and swipe, and you'll get a number, or you'll get this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And you'll be able to set up a meeting, pretty quick or whatever the fuck. To now, you don't even know if you finna get out the inbox with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers, it's too much going on nowadays. I'm too guarded to deal with women these days in this type of environment, because a lot of the information that women gonna be asking for, that shit is not available to you. It's not. It's just the way that I am now. Don't ask me. You ask me about myself, I'll tell you about myself. You ask me about myself, about anything past yesterday, I'm liable not to tell you shit. That's past. I'm not dealing with past. Moving forward. There ain't no use about asking me what I used to do and all that. It don't matter. What am I doing now? And I'm pretty sure you can imagine that people ain't gonna take that well. Give a fuck what I used to do. I ain't doing it. I might be doing it now. I might not. You ask me what I'm doing now. Not what I'm doing, what I've done yesterday and previous. You know what I'm saying? Nope. It don't matter. That don't figure in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers they start trying to get all your information so they can run their little profile checks and all kind of shit like that. Nope. You get whatever name I gave you online. Whatever name I gave you online is what you got to work with. Not that I'm hiding it. I had to do that one time. This chick, the chick was like, you see, you said your name. I said, like, bitch, I didn't never say you wouldn't find out. I said, I ain't telling you. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird, but yeah, I'm like, you'll find out eventually. We'll go somewhere, I'll pay for something, you see my debit card, some shit, you'll find out. I ain't telling you. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that seems like being just ridiculous for ridiculous sake, but that's me. You got that? And you think I gave you some made up name? No, I didn't give you some made up name. What I gave you was my name. It's not the name you want, but that's the name you got. So, deal with it. The goddamn weird ass people you call, all you get is they goddamn nickname. You get some Nikki or some shit. Very few people are named. There's people out there named Nikki. Most people that you run across named Nikki ain't named Nikki. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know those names all the women got, but that ain't their fucking name. There's plenty of them out there. That's what they go by. Fuck it. That's what you go by. That's what you go by. Unless it's some stupid ass name, then I'm not saying that shit. Which ain't no thing to me. I rarely say people's names. I'm not talking to people where I have to address them like that. It's just strange to people I've known a long time. And I ask them, how many times have I said your name? And they be like, If I'm sitting there with you, why the fuck I gotta say your goddamn name? I don't know. It's weird like that. But I'm finna take my ass in the house because it's hot in this fucking truck. And I'm burning up gas. I'm burning up gas in a truck that I can't drive. So yeah, I'm burning up gas in the truck I can't fucking drive. So I think next time I have somebody come by the house, I think I'm gonna have them follow me up to the gas station. Yeah, so I can put some gas in this fucking truck. Cause I gotta keep it running. Gotta keep it running. So I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. Hopefully next time I do one of these dating updates, it'll be some actual information in this motherfucker.